Good morning, guys. Bill here, back in the shop today. So last video we got the front end put back together on the truck, got it raised up in the front end. Today we're going to tackle the rear end. The stock springs put back under it, get it put back up where it's supposed to be. So and get that part of it done. Back it out of the shop, turn it around and back it back in here. So I'm close to the toolbox to work on it. Let's see if it'll start here. Alright, here we are under the truck. So what I did to lower it, I put 2-inch blocks. I believe they were 2-inch. And I believe those are 4-inch drop coils. I had to relocate, what did I have to do? I had to relocate my shocks up here. I don't know if I can still use those relocation brackets, but I have my stock brackets I can put back on there if I need to. I changed my, we call that the panhard bar, put an adjustable one on it. I think I can go ahead and just use that one, keep it. So again, lowering blocks, springs, possibly shock mounts. That's what we got to do. Jack stand under here. I got my bolts out for the U-bolts. The problem now is, well, they won't come all the way up. So I'm going to have to put a jack under here or here and take the weight off of this jack stand. Okay, what I did is I took the jack out from under the differential. I put a jack under each trailing arm. So that's jacking up the trailing arms instead of the rear end. And what I'm gonna do now is I have to get this U-bolt out. There we go. Now then, I'll get the stock U-bolt, shove it back down in there. There we go. All right, that's that. And that's good for that side. So we'll go back over to the other side and do the same thing. Then we'll get the springs out. Okay, so let's do the springs. Springs, we got a bolt here, a bolt here. We'll take those out and just let the jack down. The spring will fall right out. So, they are 3/4 inch, half-inch bolt, well, 3/4 inch. Alright, let's see, that I think I might be able to get a go do that on the other side, and all you gotta do is let the jack down and the spring will fall right out. Alright, original springs. These springs are a heck of a lot beefier than those aftermarket ones. So what we'll do here, put our bolt up through here. We've got a cup that actually holds the spring. We'll just start threading that in there just to hold it there. Okay, there's a, now I'm probably going to have to come in from the other side because I don't think I can reach up in there. This has actually got a nut on the back side of it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our brakes real quick. that's nice and smooth. They're getting down there. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should go ahead and change them. More brakes. Yeah, that's probably not a bad idea. I mean, they're still pad. They're not. This side here is a little more worse for wear. That's getting really close to that rivet. So yeah, it's time before I tear up my hub, or drum rather. We'll get some brake shoes ordered up for it, and I guess we're doing brakes on the back of it. All right, guys. So I went ahead and gave Napa a call, and they had shoes on the shelf. So I went and picked some up, and let's get them changed out here. This truck, all it needs is shoes. It's got new wheel cylinders. I remember putting them in now. The hardware kit's good. It's fairly new. The drums are good. There's no weird stuff going on. So I caught these shoes just at the right time before I tore anything up. Brake shoes, the springs, they make a tool, which I have one here, for taking the springs out. It goes in here, and well, I'll show you how it works. If you can get it in. I usually have better luck with like a pair of pliers, but it's because either my tool is a piece of shit, or I just all right. So this is what I normally do. That's much easier. You know, you want to, when you do brake shoes, you want to do one side at a time. That way, when you go to put it together, if you're not sure about how something goes back together, you still have the other side for reference. So it's just a good idea to do that, you know. These springs here, just push them in and turn them. There's a little notch in here, and it goes on here. Well, we'll pull that out. That little notch right there, it goes in there and turns. So it's pretty simple. Spring at the bottom. There we go. There's your adjuster. So when you put it back together, you want to screw that all the way back in, or you know, in pretty far anyway. And this is your automatic adjuster. You really don't have to do much with that other than just take it loose. You see, it hooks, this hooks right in there. There's a spot where this will hook in here. That. So I have a little push tool here for that if I and there's a little C-clip right here that has to come off for the new shoes and goes back on for the new shoes. This your little spreader bar. Got a C-clip right here. So we just get, I just use a little punch here and I'll just get it. Well, that works, or so it's partially popped off of there now. There it is. Little C-clip. All right. That went. We got a little spring washer right there that goes on the back of it there. All right, let's grab some new shoes and put on here. So the shoes are just Napa Proformer series. They're just nothing special, just shoes. I think they were like $30. So with brake shoes, if you didn't already know this, you'll have two, there's a front and a rear. And the difference is, if you'll notice, the pad's longer on one than the other. The longer pad always goes to the rear. So you just keep that in mind. All right, there we are. First thing, I got my clip back on here, and we need to fish this pin through here. I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see much here. Got this one. Our automatic adjuster has to go on here through that hole where that pin is at. The cup is. And we got this guy right here that. Hold on here. Let's hold that right there. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to just lightly clamp this down here to hold, just to hold it just like so. These can be a bit of a juggling act sometimes, but most of the time they're not too bad. Turn that pin right there like that. There. All right, so that's on there. All right, that's where that's supposed to be, right there. Now we'll put you back over here on the other side of the truck. Yeah. Once you get all your springs on, that'll all pop into place. You just make sure everything is lined up here. Okay, that looks like everything. So we have, let's see, we have a little washer that goes in here on that pin. Then we have our spring. Again, I'm just going to clamp it lightly. It just makes it easier to put on there. Again, sometimes these can be a bit of a juggling act to get them all, to get everything lined up. All right, there's our spring on there. Plungers have to be in here. Now then, so what I'm going to do first, I'm going to go ahead and put our, let's see, then we'll take our other spring here, and we're going to pop that over that. There we go. All right, so those are held. Now I can work on getting the bottom put in. that. We put the spring in there, and we get our adjuster. See if we can get our adjuster in here. There's a hole right there that goes in. And we'll just lay that up here out of the way because we need to get our adjuster put in. We'll get our adjuster right there, that, and then grab our spring and hook it around. There. So all that's left to do is we have our this last spring that goes on here. That's going to go in this hole right here. There. There, the brakes are on. As you can see, it can be a little bit of a juggling act sometimes, but you know, it's not too bad for the most part. So we just put the drum back on. We'll want to adjust this out to where the drum will just slide on there, and then the self adjusters will take over from there. Like they're pretty good already, so yeah, there's that. Now go around, go around, do the other side, and I can put this back down on the ground. All right guys, there you have it. I got the springs put back under it on the back, got the brakes done on the back of it. I have an appointment to go get the front end aligned tonight, or this afternoon rather. I'm still up in the air about how high it is in the back. I don't know. I think I don't know. I'm gonna have to give it a little bit of time and see, because I have plans to put a shell, an old school camper shell on it, and I'm thinking it might lower it back down. If not, I have some 3-inch drop springs for it I can put back on it. I got the bumper, the rear bumper put on it. So I'm thinking about doing the trailer hitch. I've had this hitch out back for a while, and it doesn't quite fit it. In fact, it's just clamped on there right now. I'd have to change the mounting a little bit. So, but you never know when you might want to put a little trailer behind it. So, anyway, I have an oil leak to fix under it. The oil pan's leaking. I put a one-piece pan gasket on it when I built the engine, and it leaks. Well, that's got to be fixed. The transmission still has to be done. I'm going to go ahead and run the exhaust out the back. I'll probably do that in the next video. And in the meantime, I'm looking for a shell. And I want, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for one of the old school vintage era shells from this, for this year truck. You know, it doesn't have to be exactly the same year, but one of the old aluminum side paneling or aluminum siding with a wood frame with the paneling in it. I would prefer one with a full back door. I'm having a hard, I found a couple of them, but they've been for long beds. So I'm thinking about going the route of buying one for a long bed and cutting it down to make it fit my bed. I haven't seen anybody do one of those like that. So that would be something that, you know, I don't know, maybe somebody might like to see. But anyway, if you guys enjoy this, like, subscribe, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever, share. So until next time, this is Bill saying, see you guys.